Oh, that's like you have to add it to the shopping cart and buy it before you know what the price is.
Yeah, it's basically Nancy Pelosi. Now that you bought the merchandise, we'll tell you what it's going to cost you.
Oh, actually, that was like that buy for airlines.
Yeah. No,
yeah. We'll tell you your flight schedule after you pay for it.
Yeah, we'll tell you the flight schedule. We did go to a store yesterday where we picked up an object that should have been the price that was in the ad, but it wasn't the price. It wasn't that object. It just happened to be sitting in that slot.
Mm-hmm. Which happens.
Yeah, they inadvertently get
whether the retailer is doing it and mixing things up, or consumers are.
There's a whole line of boxes that are identical in the slot for the one price, and all of a sudden it's the higher price. It's just like
it's usually the retailer.
Hardware stores are notorious for mixing items in bins. Identical items with a barcode difference. This little monster, if they're opted into the system, will tell you when you look at the barcode, say, hey, that's 15 cents. That's $1.15. Hey, that's 95 cents.
Well, and you know,
$1.15.
This one just happened to be the one that I selected on my phone because I looked at a couple of different ones. Actually, I'd seen a company called Barcode, which helps to return pets, and I looked at that and how they use them. I'm like, oh yeah, that probably is a good system. So I looked at that and a couple of other ones, and I chose this one because, probably because it has a history of the people who were using it, and also because it wasn't invasive.
Yeah,
and
that's the whole thing. This was a non-invasive. This is they just want your business. They want their whole thing is about getting. Sears and Macy's and Nordstrom's and Best Buy and Target, all of them into the system, so you can basically, when you barcode it, you can go to the store. It's basically you know, I can't show you the newspaper because they get pissed if we show ads anymore. But instead of it's replacing the newspaper ads right here. Except you only want the one item. Why do you want to go through the entire want ads to find the one item? You simply can do it, you know, that way. You know, you go to one store, it's just like okay, like a woman that's getting married, go down with her little gun in the stores and she points it at things. You do the same thing with this. Oh well, I want, you know, what's that 60 television set cost? You go like there. Oh, that's $500 cheaper over there. Thank you. And they say, but how can, you know, and they said, well, it's a piece of crap, but it says it's identical, it's exactly as yours. Well, we have a better service plan. And they said, their service plan is free. And they said, well, if that's how you're going to, we've had that, if that's how you're going to be. I love that. If that's how you're going to be. Well, this is what this does. Instantaneous.
It's awesome. I love it. That's one of the best reasons to have a smartphone.
Yeah. No, we did.
No, besides all the other, there's some people that love to play games. I like mine for the what you can do with the phone.
Yeah. I mean, okay, you're fairly decent on barcodes that are, you know, here up. I know up to about here, but then barcodes are higher, and then you got to get down on your hands and knees to read the ones lower. And guess where all the sell stuff is at, folks? Out of your being able to read the barcodes.
Well, you just grab the item.
No, but then there's no barcode read. But see, you know, you have to go. But you have to make certain that the item is in the right spot, too. Just because you reach in, you sit there. Well, where in the heck is that item that matches this? You know, it's on sale. You're looking all over the place. But the first thing everybody does is they reach in. They'll grab the item here.
There's also something that people may not be familiar with, and it's what they call a QR code. Which it's popping up. It looks like a square block, and it looks like an ink blot test, kind of. And the scan readers or the barcode readers read the same thing. And a lot of times they'll lead you to a website to tell you about the product or wherever they're sending you. Yeah.
But there's also a naughty little app out there that
Which one?
I'll say this is a $500, you know, watch. They look like you're reading the barcode. You whacked off the RFID on it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They got a thing that you can go, you know, the little thing that they use to take the electronic tracking off when you're coming to the thing. There is an app out there, I've read about it, where they can go like that, and you just pick yourself up a free piece of merchandise.
That could get you in big trouble.
It can, if it's, you know, but people today are doing this. They got the barcode, they're going like this, and then the security company sees them just checking the barcode, which everybody's doing now. And what happens is, you know, they just walk with the, they walk up to, you know, they can even walk up to the king and they said, you know, well, I paid for it in another store. And they said, well, no, it's from this store. And they go, oh okay. And basically picked these things now are increasing holiday theft.
I didn't even know about that.
Well, they're trying to pull the apps, but the problem is there's, okay, here's another one about apps. There are underground app stores, you know, where you can pick up apps. Okay, we'd say they're not nice people.
See, I didn't even know about those. You'd have to tell me more about them.
I know, but there are underground app stores where the things that the app company like Apple and the Android people and Google and these people, they remove as quickly as they find them. They don't vanish. They're still available out there, but they go to places that are naughty. And then you pick up the places that are naughty and you just walk in and hey, you know, I think I like that. You know, there's an open box special. Hey. And then you go, you actually show the guy himself, he has to, is that price right? And the salesman says, yeah, that price is right. And he said, oh, good. And he said, can I pay for it at the cash register up front? And they said, oh, yeah. You know, just gives him the stuff, and then he goes, up front, and the guy, you know, and because you also have to have the little sticker that you come in, you have to have a sticker that they put on the thing to get out through a big expensive item. But they got the sticker on the thing. It doesn't ring anything up on the side. They go through it. There's no alarm.
Oh, you just remove the
You've removed it. You've electronic. Your app has electronically wanded the alarm off. So as far as they know, if you have the corresponding little yellow dot or something they put on or their mark, you know, whatever they put on the side of the box.
Yeah, but they would just ask you for a receipt.
No, you don't have to have a receipt if you came in to check.
Oh, if you came in with it.
If you came in with it, that's why they put a box. Almost all of the stores will put some sort of little dot or something on.
Oh, like in Best Buy, they put a sticker. Like some of them, like Fry's, they just send you around Best Buy to give you a sticker with the date on it.
All you have to do is to bring anything in, get a thing with a sticker on it, take the sticker off. Basically, you pick up a $1,500 computer for the cost of a $5 return or something.
Yeah, but the computer, aren't the computers chained? We've got all the...
No.
Remember, they do still have cameras watching you?
No, this is what I read about the scam. The guy, you know, he deliberately calls over the salesperson and he said, oh, is that one of those, yeah, and the barcode, is that, I'm just checking, is that the real price on this item? The guy will say yes. And he said, you know, okay, you know, I'd like to have this, you know, can I pay for it up front? I got other things. The guy, okay, I'll put it in the box for you. And when I, you know, then you just go like that, and you've wiped out the security thing on it. And as you're walking up to the front, you just simply, they stick the thing from the $5, $10 item that they've returned on it. And they've got the day sticker, they've got the item, and it just looks like you brought the thing in to have them check it out. They don't look for paperwork. All they look is for the sticker, and if the thing makes a noise, they said it's a. Because I handle. She handles one set of new stuff. I tend to handle the other stuff. But that you know, they sent me out that thing. It was a consumer electronics thing about it's scanners. They're calling it the new scanner scam.
Yeah.
Because generally, scanner scam is done by the companies at the cash register. Now, with naughty little apps, you can disable their system, because what they do is they'll hide a thing inside a box somewhere or inside some documentation. But that is the same as if they run at the checkout stand. They have a thing, they run it over, and it basically
whatever.
It basically takes it out. So you do it the same way. They said that's something they hadn't thought of, because what happens, Apple and Android, all these people, they get rid of these things as fast as somebody develops them. You know, because what happens is they add them to their systems, they don't really know what they are until they're paying for them. So they don't know until somebody complains. But they don't vanish, they're still there. And a lot of times people know, if you know enough people in the right places, you can find where these underground app stores are. And as far as I know, the underground app stores aren't being put out of business because they're legal. It is not illegal for you to sell an application that basically zaps a thing. You're not using it, you're not doing a criminal purpose with it. It's not illegal to sell apps that take you to porno sites. It's not illegal, you know, to have naughty bikinis are apps. But it's not acceptable over on the
like
main
iTunes
side because because it's what you can do with underground apps. They don't want it done. They don't want to be associated with. These are this is the side effect of this thing, and it will only get worse.
Interesting. Well, because it's like I'm just thinking of all the things that you can do as a consumer and the fun stuff, and
well, remember my father was a police officer.
I know.
So
it's like
I tend to get that stuff from people that basically it's something that they're worrying about because the cameras can't catch it. Because like they said, what happens is, like I said before, they'll call employee up and they'll get him in a conversation about, you know, this, you know.
And they'll sit there.
He'll sit there. Is that new phone that does this? Yeah. And they'll sit there and it works like this. And then he said, "Is that price really?" And you know, I said, "Yeah, it's an open box special." They'll get you in a conversation, but you can walk out with an ungodly expensive computer or something like that that's sitting out on a table and get away with it.
I thought they were all chained.
No, they'll give it to you. You've got to take it up and pay for it.
Oh, you take up and pay. But I thought you always had to pay for it at the register.
You say, I'm picking up other items in store. Can I pay for this up at the cash register up front? You always have to pay for it at the cash register at the front because while you're walking along, you're sitting there putting the tag on the side. And you've tagged it exactly the same day. It's really a good scam. Scanner scam is changing. It's changing to the opposite direction.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is a boon.
Actually, as a retailer, it's something to watch out for.
It's basically...
Because part of it is you don't think anything, the person's already done it, unless you're watching the cameras the entire time and you see them do it.
Well, but you have to catch a guy that's got it on his thumb. He's got it stuck on his thumb with a double-sided thing that goes like that. You can't tell it. You cannot tell that the person stole the merchandise. It doesn't show up as stolen. It just shows up as a person, you know, walking the thing. If the alarm doesn't go off, they don't care.
Yeah, they don't.
They're there simply, they listen to the alarm system. If the alarm does not go off, they do not respond. So you can people are walking right through their electronic systems because of little apps that are available for things like this.
Wow.
Cute little beggars, aren't they? That's why the companies, if they opt into the system, they have to opt in all the way.
Yeah.
And if they opt in all the way, it leaves them open to have table items stolen.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there are an awful lot of items in stores that are basically, open box specials.
Interesting.
And they're perfectly, you know, you walk out, and they just lost it's inventory loss. And it's also, they said the secondary thing is they have employees that are involved in it. They'll open up a box of something very expensive, put it on a table, and then that's gone.
Wow.
Yeah. These things, they're all pluses, they're all minuses. I mean, there are people that are not nice in this world.
Wow, I'm just like...
I know, she doesn't she can't comprehend something like that, but I can. Because I come from, like I said, my father was a motorcycle officer and this stuff, and even though he was a reserve motorcycle officer and basically an entertainment motorcycle officer, he still had to go to all those meetings and stuff, and basically, like I tell people, you ever want to have your father send a patrol car by to pick you up to go to a baseball game? Yeah. Well, it gives you a reputation two different ways. One, the good kids don't want to be around you, and two, the bad